I've seen him carry from the off lane and the safe lane. What do you
Okay.
mean?
Well, as
Oh,
long
I
as the
mean
other one
carry the
can't
game.
feed.
I don't mean physically carry. Carry the game.
Antifreeze has a high MM, but
Like it's spread more evenly.
I think
all
they
day.
struggle with their draft speed. Not playing first. They're very predictable
Very
draft.
cool.
What man?
They have to retrofit you.
And
Danny Deevos.
yeah, and
He wasn't
he
the high
is
sense.
quite good at like carry like pos one stuff too. Like playing mid, but I don't know. They might round.
Deevos normally plays for.
My money's on fire there.
I think.
Before-
I think Antifreeze mainly because the Dire they just implode on each other from their potential personality clashing. Lack of,
Well, they should
Yeah.
talk to each other.
lack of communication may result in the Dire team collapsing on.
See.
But the guy took a game off the fancied Milo J team, so oh well, you're the captain, man.
Farming for next. That's Justin in the in.
We were talking to them before, but I just hadn't left.
Is Justin-
You're the designated team scapegoat.
What my
starting or
Waiting
No,
for
wait,
someone
man.
to stream. 10 minutes.
makes
Nick.
do you think that
I don't know.
they
Yeah.
are?
I think they are. I think a Beastmaster Darryl.
Yeah,
I'm in the
may-
same lane still.
May not play.
Yeah. Danny might play both and
They like it.
Oh, I
It's a big
can't say
area.
it's- played with how unfortunate.
I haven't played.
As in people not
Haven't played.
That's a good way to put it.
hmm.
He gets caught. Lakshamn just has to. Play right.
I'm kidding. Let's play this.
I guess Deevos is playing mid then, eh?
No.
Talking about losing his anus, Darryl.
I reckon it's a carry. He was carrying a fuck with him. So it's really odd because their pools are so. And Deevos is mainly the player that has the biggest. And the pocket plays.
Still hasn't. How's this thing kick off?
Tim's coming and then we're starting. He just went on to that. Meant to start at 8, but yeah, I don't think it matters which channel anymore. Everyone just watches YouTube.
Oh, so no one watches in game.
Yeah, I don't
Oh,
think.
so
Do it.
good.
Brave into casting check.
You rename.
Yeah, but then the person casting's Fred. I
Oh,
mean,
we have Fred
physically
as well?
casting on YouTube.
Oh,
Okay.
Z1 needs to move.
Ben, get
And
the Ben's in our team.
No, Windy. As
no,
in if
Windy's not in
I
the
mean,
casting channel though.
no, as in just so Fred can move into Windy. channel.
Oh right, I see. No, I was looking at the NXT,
Yeah, I know, the
salt
top one.
channel. I was looking at I know who. I thought
I still casting.
You probably unless you really want to. Him and yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
Ben, if Ben isn't,
NG needs to go into the casting channel. Cameraman.
I
Oh,
think Fred's
nah,
cameraman.
Fred
so
Oh, is he?
on
Fred-
YouTube it's
Oh,
Fred.
Yeah.
I have YouTube and I think
Say this. Like, look at this pre-game screen. Like, all I can say is, look. That, what the? That Dota logo just changed to TD7. What?
Already has a lot of time.
That is. What?
What production?
That's better animation than.
it's better animation than the Dota anime.
How'd
Anyway,
you make? How'd
just
you make?
Oh my God.
FYI, Lakshamn was saying like other and stuff stream, so we're trying to just be more coordinated. So I mean Tim and MZ station.
Man,
chime in
Lakshamn is
something.
so good though as a he hosts whatever the. Yeah, I know. We can get him somehow. Just join his.
Yeah, right. He
in-game
told me
channel.
to find random stats to ask questions. We'll see how it goes.
He's handed the
Wow,
question
this
list
is
to
really
NG.
professional.
He's like, NG, this is the question list. Make sure you
That's
answer it.
good.
Right, get a question list.
Wow!
Now,
Snapfire.
this animation.
Oh my god!
What? Did you do that Freddy as well? The Snapchat?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is production value. Let's go.
Okay, everyone. Welcome to the domestic 7 group stages. We have Antifreeze Inc. versus Not Today, Old Friend. We have our casters here today. We have like a massive list, but I think the main cast is going to be Tim, our immortal mid player, Grave. If he's here.
I'm here. Hello,
Okay.
welcome guys.
Welcome.
I'm pretty excited for this game. It's the second time we get to see Darryl play.
It'll be fine.
I think everyone who's in the TD has a pretty big heart on for Darryl.
Come on, team, you gotta pick
Wow.
it right.
I heard it was mostly you though.
Me? Nah, not just me. Milo, Deevos, everyone
Hello,
else.
Darryl.
Yeah, Milo. Yeah. What do you think we're gonna see?
Oh
from-
yes, finally.
Wow,
Wow,
first
my
big OD.
favorite. Oh,
All right, so
Okay, well now I'm excited, but I just want to take an opportunity to say I'm so excited for the pre-game screen. That production value, like that animation that goes from TD7 to Dota logo. I know it doesn't sound important, but it's essentially validating the importance of TD7.
I just wanted to say, in a game last week, I did see Disco Pumper on the OD, actually. So we'll see if that's what happens.
I think there's also a question of whether this OD is going to be mid or off lane, and who's going to be playing it, because I think it could be anyone playing it. It could be like, Darryl going off lane because he's been experimenting with like changing lanes and stuff. Or it could even just be Disco Pumper mid or OD.
Oh,
Yeah, I've definitely see Disco Pumper play OD quite a lot. He goes this hammer BKB kind of build, and then goes into either some DPS or range or mobility. I think the point about OD, and I'm so excited about OD, is OD is starting to become a big hero in the competitive, even though nothing has changed about the hero except for the 20% to 30% on level 1 for the stats aura. And OD as a hero is so strong in a sense that it does pure damage from the right click. Astral is disable, it's a save, it steals mana, and the proc is obviously quite important for the spell. And then you have a nuke. And it's a hero that does around 700 to 800 damage at level 7 by itself with just a hammer. And it can completely crush lanes if you let it be. And, at mid game, you can either choose to do DPS, you can choose to be a disabler. It goes a lot of ways. Sorry, I'm taking too much time, but I'm so excited about OD.
Do you guys think that Team Note today, old friend, has not done their homework, letting Mag through first pick?
Oh, Mag.
It's a Fox signature hero.
But he did fuck up a couple skewers last
That's
time.
true. I will say that this whole TD, Fuck has not been looking very good. Seems like, everyone looks to Fuck to carry the game, but in the recent couple games, he has been looking quite shaky.
I think that's what happens when you're a gay Viper picker.
It can
I
be
think,
a mid-mag, right?
Is it weird they didn't ban Void as well? They let the mag through, they let the Void through in exchange of Disruptor and.
OD like destroys Void, so you have save and like it's all magic damage, so you gotta get a BKB.
But like, as a OD, like if you ever play against OD, like OD is the main hero to aim all the time. So I think they would be aiming the OD with the Chrono. I think because it's going to be such like I can't imagine it being played as a 4. I guess it's probably, I think, maybe the second best role after 2. But so I think it's going to be on some value, and if you kill it with the Chrono, I think it's going to be worth it. But I do like the point that we talked about, right? Like the 2 big heroes that Antifreeze Inc is known for, which is the Mag and Void, has been not picked. Oh, I mean, only Magnus has been picked. And irrespectively, I still think Kenny's Mag, at the right times and with enough farm, can turn around a game completely. And it's all the 5-man, RP combo that can do a lot. So I'm still excited to see that. Well, look, we there's 2 other heroes that we kind of skipped: the Wraith King, the
and
hero.
they want to make sure this.
Yes. Sorry. What do they want? What do you think they want, Tim?
Yeah, so they had a plan to try and bait the Void pick. Like they want them to pick Void because they already have all these heroes that are pretty good against, and we're gonna have to see if they do. They also want to make sure that this OD has a good game, so I think it might be a mid OD on Darryl because they're banning all these OD counters. They're banning like illusion heroes are really annoying for OD because like it's kind of hard for you to like cleave through the illusions and find the real hero. So like things like CK, PL, Naga, all really good against OD. So
I'm definitely
yeah.
I agree. So PL is a tough hero against OD. You can, one way to counter OD with kind of PL with OD is you use your ult and then just essentially find when they use a doppelganger, you just use your ult and then pick out the 2 illusions that's left and then try to kill it. But CK as like big illusions that much easier to kill. It's just something like PL, which constantly spawns illusions. Once you right click one down, more comes, which is a huge difficulty against OD.
Phoenix.
Good AoE. It's pretty flexible as a role, I'd say.
Yeah, it's good against OD. It's kind of hard for him to just hit the egg, right?
OD is definitely not known, and Wraith King is not known to have high attack speed as well. It's more of a big crit hero rather than a massive like DPS per second hero. Oh, Mirana. That's good against the egg with the leap.
That's going to be NY Mirana. I've never seen him play the hero. I'm going to have to see if he can actually play it.
Seen him play it a few times. Nathan.
Who's Mirana, do you think?
Nathan Possible.
So in Not Today, Old Friend, do they have a fixed role in terms of their laning and their position, or is it still up in the air?
All right, so Stu probably going to be playing the Lich. I mean, for the hard I think he's played it 3 out of 3 games, if we include this game. So there's a stat for you.
Low.
I think NY is definitely playing Pos 4 Mirana. I think he's actually been pretty like star player for this team.
Ooh.
If they do pick the Void.
Might be a last pick Invoker after this Void.
Last pick Invoker.
Maybe. Deevos. They want to do the Cataclysm combos.
I don't think they'll let it through, will they?
We'll see. We'll see.
But even then, like RP chrono, egg chrono, pretty good. Like you just put the egg down and then you chrono on top of it. Always a good combo. It's really hard to hit it.
So Wraith King has a 0% win rate. In DD out of 5 picks.
That's right.
Is that changing after this game, or what do we think?
Well, they did pick it into an alright game, like RP and chrono.
Good
They don't really care if you get RP, don't really care if you get chrono.
What if you get RP'd and then get chronoed and you die twice?
And then egged.
Yes.
Well, maybe you'll care a bit. I mean, they do have like OD imprisonment, they have Frost on that kind of like live through the chrono, maybe. So if they play well, I think they have the tools to kind of, tank the damage and then maybe turn around after the ult.
Frost Shield is definitely a strong spell against physical damage. It's 70%, very underrated a lot of the times. And as a Wraith King, it's a hero that you kind of throw into the front of the fights. So you initiate with the Wraith King onto Magnus or most ideally you want to go onto the Magnus, right? So you can prevent the RP.
So I think this OD is going to have a lot of heat this fight, like this game. He's going to have a big X on his back. Like, if you're the Void, you're going to be looking for him to fight. If you're the Magnus, you want to RP that hero because it's kind of hard for you to RP anyone else if there's like, a Lich and an OD, like, just holding whoever you go on. So yeah, you're going to have to see if the OD can dodge the spells this game.
They really need to ban the Voker here.
Yeah.
If it gets through, I reckon Dire will.
I think Dire basically got their dream lineup right.
Yeah.
Do they have the coordination to pull it off?
Yeah. Then it's easier to execute. It's not hard to execute.
Yeah.
Lakshamn, I think for what it's worth, his ultimates are always very well on point. Always gets the right heroes and always somehow gets like 2 or 3 or 4 heroes just on the edge of the chrono as well. So I think if you have good chronos, like you do a lot of damage with just Shakira ult as well and Phoenix and
I think the fact that they have Phoenix, Void, and Mag, it allows them a big margin of error on the execution. So even if they miss the chrono, they still have Mag ult. Even if they miss the Mag ult, they still have Phoenix ult. So there's like Antifreeze has like a lot of mistakes that they can make and still pull out in team fights.
Oh no, they didn't ban the Voker.
They didn't.
They didn't do their homework.
I think they did do their homework.
On game 1 against our team against their team, they pulled Voker Void.
Yeah.
So it was
Well,
like
it's a Cataclysm combo,
yeah,
right?
if they watched game 1, man.
I think maybe they're trying to bait Deevos into going mid or something. Maybe Deevos doesn't want to go mid.
I think Deevos goes mid with this.
Yeah, I think
anyway.
Looking at their heroes, it's like there's not much else he can play. Like, he's probably not playing the Magnus unless he actually is playing the Magnus. It's gonna be a Kenny mid, but that's kind of.
Or could this be a Darryl Invoker pick?
Well, that'd be pretty cool. Actually,
that would be
next level, right?
That would be next level.
And that'll be a really good Quas-Wex game as well. You have a lot of disruptions.
So, yeah.
That's actually, he does play this hero, so
that would be awesome.
That would be awesome. I guess we're gonna have to see.
At this stage, I'm quite liking the Radiant team. They have good early mid game and late game. I guess your Wraith King can get quite strong since Antifreeze. Like it's a good hero against Void, right? Because Void's very good at killing a carry, but you really can't kill Wraith King twice unless you really want to use your Chronos. So Wraith King's one of the better carries for this. And after your BKB ends, OD will just annihilate Faceless Void. You can one combo that you can do later on as well is you can astral people and then just ult on top of them. And then a lot of times you can kill people during that time if they're already a bit low or if you have big mana disparity. So I think Radiant's actually pretty well set up for early, mid, and late game. I would like to see a disable. Someone with a disable. Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Darryl OD.
Darryl OD. Are they going to
OD.
snap pick the Invoker, you reckon?
I think it is an Invoker pick.
I think it's definitely an Invoker.
So I think Radiant draft it'll be Deevos. I think Radiant draft is like very strong against this lineup, but I think the Dire are getting all the heroes they want. So when it comes down to execution, I think the Dire are very comfortable executing with this.
I think I think another thing that we haven't talked about. I mean, actually, the hero's going to be.
There we go.
Yeah.
There you go. No reason not to pick it, so just pick it.
Yes. Yeah.
I like the Radiant.
I think the big important matchup this game would be to see how the mid goes. OD, I would say, is a stronger hero in lane than Invoker. And I think if OD starts getting rolling, I think early mid game, OD will control a lot of the fights. And if Axe gets an early blink or a timely blink, they should be able to kill people heroes pretty easily. Antifreeze relies on the Magnus a lot or your Chrono a lot. You're either going to farm with your Void and then get Magnus to run around and fight, or you kind of give some space to Magnus and Void, but then in that case, then your early and mid game is going to be quite slowed. So big interesting. It's hard. I would say it's hard to gank with Phoenix and Jakiro as a hero. And Invoker generally is not a mobile hero because I think Danny plays mostly Exhort Invoker, although I guess I could be wrong.
I think in this game, it's not, you can probably max the Exhort and you'll be okay because in the mid game you want to have those Exhort levels for the Chrono and stuff like that, right?
I'm worried about Dire's early to mid game, because Kenny on Mag is a bit like I think he wants his blink to fight, so then you're waiting for your core items blink, and then you can't really fight with a Void against if the OD does well. If the OD doesn't do well, then I guess it's a bit of a different picture. So we'll see.
Another thing to look out for is like I know sometimes Kenny's been getting like the Echo Saber and like treads in the offlane role, and like kind of slows down his blink. So if he wants to play that kind of role in this game, yeah, it might compromise their mid game. So we're gonna have to see what kind of build he goes.
You wouldn't do that, right? Because he wants to set up for like Invoker and Void.
Ooh, I don't know, man.
Do we worry that the Dire team's all full of high cooldowns, other than maybe Invoker?
So on the Radiant team, we have Darryl going mid on his OD. We have Stu on his trademark Lich. Oh, hold that thought. They might get the Jakiro here. Smoke has been popped. Don't think they saw him. But they're gonna see it if he walks forward.
They can line up the prison stun arrow.
She's in vision of the ward. They can see. Oh, they can't see her.
I don't think they can see her. I think she's just out.
Just outside the vision.
They can't see it.
Did they not see her before when they were on the high ground and when Jess was walking
Nighttime.
by?
It was
I don't
nighttime
think
though.
so.
Oh, okay.
Nighttime vision.
They're still hanging around. If anyone comes up, ideally they'd want Invoker, but I mean any hero at this point is pretty good. We have camera issues.
Should pause, or else the YouTube recording's not gonna get it.
Looks like it's going to be a 2-2 rune split. I love these times because we have time to discuss the game again.
Hey, Tim, finish introing the players.
Right,
Now
right.
we're
Okay.
fire.
So now that we have time, I'm not sure if the people at home can see, but we have mid OD Darryl. We have trademark Stu on his Lich. We have No Spoons on the carry Wraith King going pos 1. We have NY on the bottom playing the pos 4. And on pos 3 we have Axe. We have Disco Pumper, right? And on the die team, we have playing Pos 1, team captain Lakshamn, Lucky on his also trademark voice. We have Gamer Girl on the Jakiro. We have Fred playing the Phoenix.
What? That's Simon.
Sorry. Simon. Simon, not Fred. Okay, and then we have Deevos mid invoker. And then we have Maniac Fock on his Magnus in the Pos 3. Yeah, it's going to be an action-packed game, you reckon? Or you think the first early game is going to be kind of like quiet? You know, they're just going to be farming up their items?
I think early game, I don't see the supports on either team. I don't see them as being super aggressive supports that can gank easily. Like Phoenix, you can gank, but it's obviously not an ideal hero to gank. Shakira, not great either. Lich, not great. I mean, Mirana is one of the heroes, but I guess it depends on if they want to prioritize winning the lane or if they want to prioritize like stacking or ganking. Ganking, it would, the OD Astral arrow combo, if he gets it off, I'm pretty sure Invoker would be dead. And I think when you get the hammer, like I think you should be able to pull the arrow combo off if NY is a regular Mirana player.
I think the hero to watch will be the Mirana. I reckon he's the main hero that can set up kills like out of it.
And also, yeah, he's been looking really good this TD. In the past 2 games he played, really showed up, like really, landed spells, carried his team. So we'll see if he can replicate that performance in today's series.
I think the lanes look pretty expected, right? There are all the lanes that we suspect. What do you guys think of which lanes has the advantage and disadvantage?
I think OD is going to be able to have a good time against the Invoker, hold him, get the last hits once he gets a couple levels. I think top lane as well. I think the Axe versus Void matchup is a lot better for the Axe. However, I think your support is a lot weaker, and the Mirana kind of offers you a lot less in the lane. So I think
really like Jakiro.
Yeah, Jakiro is like also a very good laner. So I think it's going to be about even in that regard. But yeah, the heroes kind of, they match up well, I'd say. In the bot lane, I think it's just going to be a farm death boss. Unless actually Fox taking a lot of damage. So maybe if he's not careful, they might just go on in with that. But other than that, I think actually it is a bit scary for Fox.
Yeah, I think having Phoenix makes his lane a little weaker against that, right? Like, no spins and Lich, theoretically they can run him down if they misplay.
Yeah, the power of Phoenix is that when you have Fire Spirit, it's really strong, but cooldown is super long. So if you just go on him when he doesn't have Spirit, maybe you use it to harass and then they go on you and then you don't really have to dive or whatever. I mean, they're very susceptible to them. It looks like what's interesting is that Darryl went for no regen mid, going straight for that mini
I see a lot of OD players do that these days. Skip the tangos, rush the ring.
The main reason is OD has super high armor, 7 armor as a hero. Oh, it's killing the weak warrior.
Yes,
Well, that's a disadvantage.
One thing I noticed watching this mid lane, Darryl's been very due with his Q on the last hits. So he's missing some, getting some range creeps denied. Preserving mana.
And you don't need to. Like, Essence Flux is 30% now. And it's pretty strong. Yeah, it's like he would have got that right click just then to use Arcane Orb. The reason why you can skip regen is because most people rush the Ring of Health if you're going for the Crown build. And you have, essentially, if you look at him now, he has 11 armor and 11 HP regen. So you're really not worried about getting...
That was a mistake.
Yeah, he's got a lot of range creeps tonight.
Mirana's gonna tie it up.
Oh, I think this is a mistake in the Mirana learning Starstorm instead of Leap at level 2.
Oh, yeah.
That's a big mistake. Like usually with Mirana,
this might be First Blood.
Well, I mean, this is a lot of space.
This is a lot of space.
Yeah.
It's First Blood for Lakshamn, though. Lakshamn...
He'd be happy with that.
Yeah, like top CS and getting the gold. He's already halfway, 3/4 to his strength.
Grapes.
Yeah. Like the problem I think going not getting that leap level 2 is like Mirana has a power spike at level 2 in most lanes. If you do the harass well, or if you do get those 3 points of leaps, you can place it like as long as you land the arrow. But I think going Starstorm is a mistake.
You are
Great.
resident bottom player in our games, right? So you would know it.
'Cause I think if he got the lead, might have been able to kill him. I think we missed it, but I think she might have got arrowed. So it's really low.
Okay.
We'll have to check the replay.
Like, what is he trying to do at the Star Storm?
Still,
Yeah.
you can still like small camps and stuff, but you know, survivability is always the most important thing. Oh, they're going for him. Oh, that arrow!
Ooh.
Oh,
Oh, little bit shaky. Oh, if you have leaped that would have been another kill.
Just
Oh,
Disco Pumper might get like 3/4 and really die in this. Yeah,
Last one's coming up.
dead. Oh, actually,
Oh.
yeah.
Close.
have seen the future.
But I think at this point, the lane's gonna be really hard for this to come back. We'll come back here after that. He was having a fine lane. He had actually had a lot of farm, so he got off pretty quick. But I think after that,
I think in that circumstance, if you're the Axe, I think you don't commit to the kill. You farm this big wave, get the
Yeah.
XP advantage. Let them waste their time trying to deal with it.
Oh, it's looking
Oh,
mid.
mid lane.
There's a bit
Mid
of
lane.
price.
Daryl.
Oh, Daryl making a mistake.
I think he might.
He might be able to kill.
It's a counterplay.
He's got ult, he's got ult.
Nah.
He's old. He would be able to kill 200 plus orb. Anyway, I think he's playing safe with the hammer.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
what
very
is
close
this? When you can win the lane with the hammer, right?
Yeah. Going Midas, so it looks like he's opting for the stay mid farm and hope the lanes set him up, which is good setup, right? Like the chrono is a good setup, the stuns, the slows, and then bot lane there's RP if needed if he's very soon.
Do you think we'll see the Axe rush out of Deevos after this minus, just to set up the quick cataclysm into the AoE wombo combo?
I think we will. I'd be surprised if
Oh, Lakshamn.
Oh,
Oh,
Lakshamn.
shit. Oh, he might die.
He might die to
Oh, what
the.
is straight treads?
Two more ticks.
Oh,
He might have actually survived the train.
Yeah, it's a mistake.
Oh, going on. No spoons. Getting hit. Oh, his HP's coming down. Oh. Stu had the sinister gaze there. Probably should have just pulled the hero
Something,
ahead in the
yeah.
corner. That might have turned around the fight. It was just that it was, as we all know, the Sun Ray heals and damages. So the HP differential might have actually made a difference. So it's these kind of small tricks that sometimes might turn the outcome of a lane.
It's a level 1 battle hunger, so even Lakshamn actually did switch to the strength trades, he would have lived.
Yep, he would have.
Yeah.
He would have lived. Unfortunate. He's
Last
gonna
tick
be
had
kicking
8
himself when he watches the replay.
Yeah. And they're actually getting the stack as well. He got Vanguard, so
This is a good play here.
What needs to? They need to pull the creeps.
Yeah.
Too close to the tower.
fighting. I think Disco Pumper will win this fight, so they just need to keep running him. Yeah.
I think Lakshman's focusing a little too much on contesting the Axe.
I mean,
I
Axe
feel like-
already has a Vanguard, so can
Yeah.
they kill him anymore?
I feel like he shouldn't be. Just focus on your farming. Like your job here is not to win the lane; it's just to get as much farm out of the lane as possible.
I think, Jason, with your question, I think if you know creeps around, I think just pure trading heroes, you might be able to. But if there's creeps around, you'll just spin too many times for the void to be able to deal with it.
So Daryl's got his hammer now, and he's playing very conservatively.
Ooh, Richard,
Oh.
I'm really happy with that.
That's really
Unfortunate
handy.
Darryl.
One thing that Danny has is he has a ward as well, so while Darryl doesn't.
Oh, Daryl's just picked up a ward, so we'll see where he puts it.
It's interesting he's going down too. Maybe getting a rune.
This minus is
Oh, it's runes
actually
there.
pretty heavily delayed on Invoker.
Oh, he's gonna go bot. He has his hammer. I want to do it.
Bot's actually somewhat of a hard kill though. Like the Magnus doesn't die that easily, and this Phoenix will just fly away.
I think a perfect chain here might land it though.
Or nothing, but or maybe not.
They got it.
Dow,
Danny, coming in, stealing the Manny runes.
It's a 2-2 rune steal for each team.
What's interesting is like we see the Invoker going double null talisman. I think he's went double null talisman just so he wouldn't instead die to the hammer combo. He's get caught by it, but it has delayed his Midas by a substantial amount.
Danny denies the bounty, the 9-minute bounty with his.
Dyer's middle tower.
That was a really good play.
Oh, too short. Too short.
That's what happens when you have level 1 Wax.
Yeah.
It's I wonder if he went that to do the lane combo at level 7 when you do the tornado cold snap tornado meatball.
Denied.
Or is it just to run away? Ghost Walk.
I think he did it for the Ghost Walk.
Daryl's going
combo.
on Danny.
No TPs.
He
I
should
think it
survive
looks like
it.
he's just harassing.
Yeah, you want to go hammer on the like a lot of people, you know, they see the combo, you know, they just whole hammer, but you actually want to start pushing down the tower. That's a very underrated like fact with the hammer is that it lets OD who this hero does. You can't press towers, right? Usually.
Yeah, but if you look at it here, right, like his HP's at 300. So the question is, if he didn't use a hammer and he just astral Danny, what would Danny do? Would Danny stay in the lane or would Danny leave? Because otherwise, he could actually just kill Danny after the second astral.
We could see with the Invis rune here, we could see a play going.
He's going bot. They know he has the Invis rune. He's going to steal another bounty. Probably looking for Danny, but sees Danny as
Oh,
the
gonna
lane.
run straight into Kenny.
Could he kill Kenny?
He doesn't think he can kill Kenny.
Probably
Solo,
not.
probably not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not the target that is.
Just go away.
Yeah.
I do like
Potentially,
this
you
double
probably
roll.
could with the orb, then combo, then orb again. I think he's waiting for Danny to come forward.
Yeah.
He should be able to reach it. Yeah.
Hopefully.
That
I like
was
that.
mistimed. That's mistimed.
Oh, mistimed.
Yeah.
Oh, he makes.
Oh.
They rotate the Phoenix.
two
I don't think
rotations.
they can get anything here.
Oh, they might.
Oh, they might actually kill Danny here.
Oh, yeah, he does.
Oh, nice.
Oh, this is
Oh,
the
he
chase
gets
right.
There's a job.
Oh, it's gonna
It's gonna bounce on the Phoenix.
What, dude? Lich King. This is what happens when you're the Lich King.
So gross.
Simon's ready to kill himself.
The RNG bounces. Oh my god, it's go for you.
I was so unlucky though. Like,
Yeah, that was a full wave. Does any of mathematician Roost guys want to calculate the odds of that happening?
no.
Every time our OD holds him and hammers, he always makes sure to hammers the hero and the tower at the same time. So efficient. Very efficient. Towers on a quarter.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Very good.
Darryl fan gaze.
Although he did miss the hammer, so that's a
Yeah.
on the hero.
That's the time there.
Yeah.
I think Dyer should start to think about what they want to do with this OD. This OD is going to be the I think the game tempo controller of the whole game at in maybe 5 minutes or so, within the next 5 minutes.
It's been a pretty static game, like 12 minutes. No, like most of the towers are quite full, other than the mid one, I think. So
Because the Dyer has no
Yeah.
way to actually counter it. The Dyer can't pressure towers, can't rotate, can't really do team fights until they have the blink on Magnus. Magnus is going to get the Echo Saber first. So oh yeah. They killed the. Oh. The Axe. The Axe may be able to kill Lakshamn.
Yeah. With the frost armor, it's really hard to kill the axe. He's gonna be
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I think the Radiant teams would be pretty happy with the way the lanes went.
You know, I agree. I think if you can go even with the heroes and the players you have on Radiant, I think you're pretty happy. As long as you don't get stomped in your lanes.
I mean, they're pretty happy. Like, you look at the goal graph right now, like, Deevos is actually ahead. I mean, sorry, Cisco is actually ahead of Fox.
Oh boy,
Someone used
middle
Glyph
tower is
just
under
now.
attack.
I think that was Darryl.
Lakshamn,
I saw that and I wonder if it was because
He wants the tower, and
Yeah.
Daddy doesn't want to like. He wanted to kill the creeps, so he fought the creeps.
Yeah,
but
he
then he just
stopped for a
minus it
second.
afterwards.
Yeah, huge. Small things like that, like just hammer the.
And he's got his mats up.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Okay,
attack.
timing at 13 minutes.
Oh man.
And it's and if you look at Danny's going for an orchid, so he's going more of a
Oh,
fighting build.
Radiant's bottom
Okay.
tower is under
He's not going to rush the Axe.
Well, Fox put a lot of pressure on bot. Looks like he's gonna take the free down here.
It's a result of them rotating top to because of the kill. So
Do you think it was a mistake for the Red Team to leave the lane here?
Wraith King farms pretty quickly with skeletons though, so I don't definitively think it's a complete loss.
I feel like he could have held that tower.
Oh, looking good. And he's there. He killed the tower. He's 3 going mid. Hammer.
Darryl goes down.
What's a 3-hero
The
rotation?
universe grants my
I think it's worth it, right? Like, your OD is going to be the main tempo controller, so if you rotate heroes, you kill it. Like, yes, your tower's down, but your tower's probably going to go down sometime anyway. And now they're forcing their tower down as well.
Their structures. You know what I'm talking about?
Dire's top tower is under
Looks like
attack.
I don't know how much Wraith he can do
Radiant's middle
pushing against
tower is
Magnus who
under
has AoE to do all the skeletons.
And force field
Sometimes you
immediately
use the skeletons to push out the wave.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can't. Magnus will just kill it with one wave.
Wow, they actually just get the tower.
Destroyed.
It's interesting Darryl's TPing mid.
Dire's top tower is under
Are
attack.
they trying to set up something? It's good
think-
micro.
Although with the armor timing, I feel like the Wraith King could have held it up.
Running top. They got the top tower as well. They're going to Axe. There's 3 heroes. Ice Wall. Axe is probably dead. Sunstrike.
I think he's okay with that.
significance astounding.
He did get his blink, so I'm gonna see if they can do anything in the next couple of minutes.
I think tower line down, causing 5-man rotation. He's pretty happy with that.
For an ultimate bot or a skewer, sorry.
The blink timing isn't ready yet on the mag.
Yeah.
The Radiant team does have a pretty good opening. Makes stuff happen.
But one other thing, Jason, though, I was going to bring up to the point is that even if your skeletons can't, once you get the armlet, I think as a Wraith King, you're pretty good trading 1-on-1.
Yeah.
The OD's coming. There's a stun. It stun him, but it's only 1.1 seconds. Unfortunately,
Yeah, probably okay.
looking at top, he's actually spinning against 4 heroes and such. And
Where's the Marana arrow?
hitting him. There's the egg. They might be able to kill the egg.
Corner! Bounce. Perfect.
Wraith King's here.
Defend the egg.
Wraith King coming in. He has his ult, but he doesn't have his stick. So if he dies, no. He's too smart. He uses a stick, running forward, going on to the Jakiro. One hit, 2 hit. Crit! Oh, look at the crit.
Oh my god.
He's actually.
Is he gonna get the kill?
There we go. This is 2 kills here.
Oh no.
That was really good.
as well.
Wow, that was good play. That armor toggle was quite good as well.
Oh, bot lane. Oh, Darryl gets fucked.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, he's
Dying here is huge.
Oh man. What
Wait,
happened?
the blink timing again.
Ooh. A tip as well. Did someone see what happened there?
Well, RP is on cooldown, so either he used it defensively or he went on the OD, so I'm not sure.
He would have used it defensively.
I think he tried to yeah. He probably
Because like he had it when he skewered himself and got stunned.
Yes,
Into
I think
the
he used
tower.
It. I don't think he used it on Darryl. Darryl's on 4 HP.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
Is this another Hanju ulti moment? But on Fok this time?
Look at this Dire vision all over top.
Fok did say that he was Hanju's mentor.
The Dire have very deep vision, whereas the Radiant has very little, I think.
Yeah.
Radiant only has
there.
2 wards on their side, but the Dire actually have 3.
Yeah, but the Dire wards are like for the top ones maybe aren't all that useful, right? Like Wraith King's just pushing out the lanes, and it's full HP. I don't think they're going to go on that. But definitely the ward here, which I can't. When I draw, I don't think you guys can see. Can you?
No, I can't see.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, I do agree that there's a bit of excessive at top. It's like these kind of wards they're good when you're trying to take the tower, but after the tower's dead, or if you're not taking the tower, they don't really see anything, right? So you really want to like make use of these wards if you can.
That's not now.
He's got Wraith King.
And the OD is getting a blink as well. Like he got his blink as his first item after the hammer, which it's a very, very, very aggressive item. And he got the he's getting the bow as well. Looks like he wants to more do a fighting kind of jumping in, controlling build.
I think they see the invoke.
Oh, they see Danny. He might just die here. 1 hit, 2 hit. Oh, he's using the hammer as well.
Oh, the chance was committed. Oh no!
He would have killed him as well, but he used to.
Arrow would have
Oh no!
Axe didn't ult him. Oh no!
The thing is, they would have actually killed him. He had hammer on him, and he had the battle hunger.
There was
He
an
would kill
arrow.
him in the last
There
hit.
was an arrow circling for him too. It was a hit.
I think
Yeah.
it's fine. You just get
Yeah.
the kill. I think you're okay with that.
Oh, I like this. I like what they're doing here because one of the things that changed kind of recently was OD got the wall and can hit Roshan now, so they can take Roshan very easily, and that's what they're doing.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that's you know. I think it's also another thing with like these mini games. Like people don't really realize that like Roche kind of can die this season.
It's about time
So,
somebody took him out. The guy's a
yeah, it's
weirdo.
definitely a
Yeah,
downfall.
he's giant and weird.
And Wraith King is like this new build of Wraith King just over a Radiance. It gives you that kind of burst damage early on, which Radiance can give you at this stage, but just not as much. I'm still interested to see though, like, what do you guys think of the Radiance Wraith King? Because it's almost been phased out, but we all know how strong the Radiance is when you have it on your team.
Yeah, I think it's kind of been replaced by like armlet, just so like it's kind of the same
Radiant's
cost
bottom
stuff.
tower
You
is
know,
under attack.
it kind of lets you fight a lot earlier. So
I think it's just it doesn't come online fast enough.
But at the same time, like, I think he got his Deso armlet at 20, and I think that's pretty common for an armlet Radiance as well. Like I see it quite consistently with like, you know, oh, actually he's getting, never mind, Phoenix he didn't budget the hammer because Phoenix just kind of flies away. He might have got there, his team were around.
He would have killed Phoenix.
Yeah, so Stu would have just pulled, the hammer
Yeah.
would have dropped.
well, the thing about like standing there and like you know channeling the hammer
Yeah.
for a long
It's
time,
risky.
it's, like,
Yeah.
it's risky.
Yeah, they should be able to see Kenny, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
Radiant's top
might have
tower is
pinged
under
him.
attack.
You see him?
They should, yeah. Oh, they see him?
Oh, huge call.
It's good ball stun,
I'm for it.
and then a pull. Where's OD?
Was that the Magol? Oh,
Radiant's
no,
top
he
tower
got
is under
cancelled.
attack.
Wow. I think it'd be worth it.
yeah.
Well, that was interesting that he tried to use it as well. I think he might have died quicker than he would have used, but it would have been a pretty big of a waste, right? Like, none of the team was around.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's quite interesting here because we talked about the hero picks. I think we're pinning the Invoker. I mean he does want to go Captain's Adventure, but I think we're pinning the Invoker to go Class Wex. It's quasi Sword. And I think that has sort of slowed
Top tower is under
the
attack.
Dire team down because they actually don't have any tools to be
What a
able to make
mess.
any plays in the
Yeah,
It's got
and
3 heroes that want to farm.
it's really interesting he went Orchid because
Oh,
Orchid is more of a
no.
cost. That's good. Oh, he's still has his DJs. Oh, look, actually, it's a big turnaround.
Oh, the
Hammer's coming. Oh,
Yeah,
okay, the hammer's not coming.
there goes
Oh,
the
egg.
Wow.
Going in. He has a dust on him. If they want to go in, they probably could kill him. If they go in, he could go in now.
Oh, Darryl knows. Darryl's looking for
Oh, the immortal
Dire's
Saints.
top tower is under
Go
attack.
another way. They're going hammer, they're getting the top tower. I think that was actually quite... I think that's a big win for the Radiant. I thought Radiant was going to lose that
I think
fight.
I think we all forgot
It's like
there was an
dire
Aegis in
structures
the
are
ODs.
Yeah, I think so.
No, but they messed up the RP ult Sunstrike. The Spock sort of saved it by scaring them
When are
into
these
the
people gonna
Rhino
learn?
ult.
I
When are
think
these people gonna learn more?
the egg was also late because did he get
Yes.
chroned that fight?
No, the egg was late. The egg was
Egg
late.
was late. Egg was late. The egg didn't get to go off.
Yeah.
But even then, I think the Wraith King was just able to jump onto the back line and delete the 2 heroes. I think.
It was the Lich ult, man. The Lich ult killed Lakshamn.
Interesting.
Lich ult was huge.
Lich.
So whilst we have a little lull, why don't we check out the net worths?
Doing the stats, Jason.
Well, we got Wraith King and OD on 11k, and Void on 10, and Magnus 9.5. And we got Axe and Boca, 8.5. Who do you think has the lead?
They're going on to Faceless Void because it's been this fight.
Oh, no!
True.
That Void is dead. Fuck.
Oh, that's...
Oh,
It's a killing spree.
Ooh, the tips are back. On the other end this time.
If the Dire team is 2-0, I think they're at risk of elimination, aren't they?
Yeah.
Dota Plus reckons the win probability is 63% for the Radiant. Do we agree with that? Is that
I'd agree with that. I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
I think what they're missing now is a Wraith King initiative. Actually, Danny's trying to solo Mirana, but Mirana just kind of walks out. Oh, he sees him. Is it Dust? Oh, yes.
Catches him.
That's next level. He could have. Oh, yeah.
Oh, the hammer's off.
Yeah, the lead.
Those arrows. Mirana arrow. Save the.
Yeah, saved it. The Mirana arrow saved it.
Oh, that hammer timing there.
Dude, he knew. He trusted. So he
Oh, my god! Phoenix will die as
He's now dominating. He's dominating.
everything going wrong for Daya in the past 2 minutes.
Coming out at. So after 15-minute mark, it's actually very even. The Invoker didn't lose lane, which is fine. But
Oh, Darryl just blinks in. What a defensive player. Oh, hammer, arrow.
Arrow connects.
Oh, Stu, KSing.
Classic.
Classic Stu.
Classic. He's trying to
Securing
pad his
kill
stats.
as a
He
leash.
needs his fantasy points.
He's trying to pad his stats out, man. He's stat padding.
Do you think the low tempo heroes that Dyer picked are costing them? Because that fight top leads everything didn't go well.
I agree.
Oh, we got a skewer back for Axe.
Nothing could save him. Strong.
Oh,
Under attack. Dyer's middle tower.
Oh, that's a good. Oh, whoa.
wow.
That's unlucky.
I think the problem with the Dye team is that no one on the team has been making space. Like they quite literally have 3 heroes that are trying to farm. And I think that's great.
Yeah, I was going to mention it before, but as an OD, the way you play against the OD sometimes actually to win is early game. If you can't get an OD early game going, at mid game, your OD's not that strong. So you would want more ganks and just essentially just kind of annoying OD. The easiest way to kill OD is when OD goes into Astral, you just go on him, and then he has nothing to defend himself. And I think they miss the timing.
They don't really have supports to do
Yeah,
that.
that's the problem.
Exactly, and which goes back to the the Phoenix and the Jakiro. You don't want to get Ice Pass so early as a Jakiro because that's just it kind of feels bad. Your main role early game is to win lanes and do damage. So they're going in. It's unlikely they'll be able to kill. They wait. What they what?
They commit on the illusion.
Wait, none of their smoke broke. How?
I think Void Smoke broke Mirana, maybe.
But Void Smoke Void walked onto the right to the ancient side.
Yeah, the Mirana was there.
Yeah, but they went on an OD at the mid, kind of just above the rune, and Danny silenced the OD, even though the smoke was break. I think it's.
Showing.
I think I just want to bring upon this Orchid part, because the Orchid is an item that you generally use as a cross Wex Invoker along with Urn, while generally on the Exhort Invokers you generally go the Ags because you are maxing your Exhort, so you might as well do full damage on the Sunstrike, especially when there's 2 combos. I think that was a bit of an interesting pick, and I'm not too sure why, because you don't have anyone that you absolutely want to silence this game, and as an OD, like most ODs end up getting BKBs quite early on to complete the combo. So I'm not too sure why he actually went Orchid.
I think Danny realized that someone on the team needed to do something, so
Yeah,
probably not desperation
maybe.
play. I mean, like, I don't fault him for doing it because I feel like he probably went minus and then he realized and was like, oh crap, I need to get something to help the team out. So he might have wanted to go Orchid before the minus, but
Yeah, I don't know.
this is maybe just the draft.
Check this out. The
Radiant's bottom tower is under
bottom already
attack.
has the halberd.
Wow. Rushing. I like that.
Good,
It's
I like
you use it against Void. I think Void is the main DPS hero at the moment, because he does have his BKB and Mask of Madness.
Great pickup.
Odie's TPing and Odie knows where he is. Going in, Astral, BKBs! Oh.
Hey, this could be good for them.
I think they're happy with that, just losing this.
Yeah, and just burning BKB and forcing TP.
BKB, yep. Create a bit of space.
Yeah, Kenny with his...
That's actually a really good play by the THG.
9-second DKB.
Yeah.
Give a bit of space. I think Dyer definitely
On the back foot.
underestimated how hard it was to coordinate.
They really need these BKBs, and now that they have them, maybe they can actually do something.
Talked about neutral item imbalance. Quiver is one of the 2 best items on OD, and he's getting an Astral. He already got the Ag, so it'll be interesting to see how the next fight goes. So another weakness of OD is that once you use an Astral, like you're so vulnerable to getting killed, your team getting killed. But once you get the Ags, Like,
Might
you
be
watch
a
this.
fight
Oh, someone's
copy.
tipping in. Oh, that's a good blink.
Raking mistake of the
These are
rating.
two consecutive really good blinks.
There's no BKB.
His rating has no TP. He's running it.
Oh, Kenny's just dead.
Oh, great photo.
Here we go. The combo.
Just get hit.
His blink has been cancelled by the Phoenix ult.
Oh no,
no.
He's going to a Lakshamn? Oh, okay. Also use heavens at the same time. Counter synergy. Oh,
Red King's got a basher
They get
now.
Red King. This would be pretty bad.
Oh my god.
Red King's got a basher.
That's a bit of interesting.
Oh, that's
That's his skewer, but...
Oh,
he's just come.
oh no! Stop.
He doesn't have flame out yet. Oh, he might be able to kill him. Magnus.
He has no TP. Can't leave.
Oh, Stu has a 4-star, so he will.
Oh,
be
this
not-
Red King hasn't gone blink.
Yeah, that's yeah. So another thing I wanted to mention as well, like, would you guys want a blink first or a BKB first on a Wraith King? Because
He's
I
not
wonder-
really dying, so.
oh no, but like the Wraith, but the blink as an initiation, right? Like
Yeah, I mean, as in,
Yeah.
you probably don't need a BKB for no dying.
Oh, they're going to see where they're at now.
I'd probably skip BKB this game. I mean, you have 3 BKB piercing CCs, which your job is to absorb.
stop the slow though. The attack speed slow on
Yeah.
on the
Maybe a
Chikura.
late one?
Also, the move speed slow on the, like, Phoenix.
Like, Chikura and Phoenix can control
Chikura,
you,
yeah.
so it's pretty annoying.
At the same time, though, as a Wraith King, wouldn't you want them to like aim you? Yeah, wouldn't you want to pop your reincarnation? Like,
I mean, the alternative is if he got a blink and had a basher, he could just jump in and delete one of them anyway, before they could use anything on him. So
yeah.
I think it's not a bad pickup, but I'm not sure if you want to buy it as a third item. Maybe later.
especially in a game where you're doing well. I
Yeah.
think in a game where you're not, and you need to get a few kills to come back, perhaps.
Big item for the Diags complete. I think
I would like to see the rating replace the chip vest.
It is 31 minutes after all. Still getting some, some HP regen at the stage.
Finish farming maximum efficiency. He's getting his value out of the chip vest.
I mean,
Fairy Trinket instead of the Quickening Charm.
the thing with the Dire team is they had an okay fight, but they've got
I'd like to see that.
I guess that's one of the things that the Deso does quite well is against low armor heroes. And, when you 4 + 2 - 6 is 0 armor, so your crit is essentially 700 pure damage.
I would like to see the axe pick up. Oh, there we go, blast ring.
The Blast Ring is good. I would like to see the Quiver on the OD. The Quiver is such a strong item on the OD.
I think he wants the Burns.
Yeah, go for it.
No.
Quiver
is such a... Oh, they're going in! Oh, he missed it. Oh, really going for this Cataclysm?
Oh, on the back line.
But he has ult.
Oh, he gets the
Lakshamn needs to get out. Okay, he's out.
There's a tornado from.
Oh, Red King just went inside. Oh, see what I'm talking about? What an RP. It's going in. Oh, that's...
Oh, he backs down.
That's... Oh, whoa.
Oh, Darryl's huge.
Okay, well, I was going to take my word back. He nearly died there, but... Oh, 50 HP. Oh, if we get die with...
Oh,
No,
he dead?
Wood's dead.
Wood's
Sudden
dead.
batch.
Oh, he thought he was going to
Fall down.
Yeah, 'cause he got hit by the
Dire's top tower is under attack.
foundation.
Yeah, I think Darryl
That should be Rex.
alright.
Dire's top tower is under
But there's so much from
attack.
that.
What they're gonna build where Dire's top tower used to be.
Quiver with your orb would do
He's going to be
easily.
careful here. He actually gets caught by a Darryl.
Dire's top barracks are
One
obliterated.
observer ward is gone.
Yeah.
Dire's top
These quick
barracks have been
reflexes.
completely cut down to size.
Because you
and
can
then
pretty
they're gone.
fast. They're going down
Great.
mid.
Raytheon's got his abyssal, very scary.
Huge, man.
Dire's in middle tower.
BKB and his reincarnation's back up again. I think this is the second Rax.
I actually don't know how to counter it. I think the only way they can counter this is to kill OD.
Dire's middle tower.
But it looks like OD is too smart. The team is realizing everyone's back. Want to play it safe.
Did he get caught in the? Did he get caught in the longer combo?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
which
he
is
did.
why his HP went down to like 300 or 400.
So he got caught in the chrono, he died once, and then he got RP'd, and then he didn't die from the RP, he BKB'd and survived.
I feel like the Radiant should have made a play for a second rest because they are versus one combo team and all their shit's on cooldown.
It's
right?
down,
So
yeah.
they had a chance, I think, to take a second fight.
But I just want to say hypothetically, right? Like, if you just had a tiny bit more damage than the Dire, and after that RP, like that would have easily been a team wipe as well. So, and that you wouldn't have lost your towers, and then you would have three hero alive, and then you would have actually turned the fight, and it would have been a complete different game. So, sometimes Dota's just a game of inches, seconds, or whatever. And I think a few seconds later, that OD would have died, and the
It was
whole
a-
team fight was different.
It was a slight misplay with he got the perfect chrono cataclysm, and then Danny, I think, tornadoed axe out of it.
Oh.
Tornadoed axe out
Actually, they're going in. Kenny's going in. She sees Raid King, the worst hero to jump on.
Blade Mail!
Oh, so close.
I think Simon might have saved him.
Yeah, Simon.
I thought I saw a heal as well in that. somewhere.
Is the
Yeah, the Sunray. Sunray.
And now they're doing a counter smoke. They're running in. They're gonna see the Phoenix. Oh, okay, they're not jumping in. Oh, are they?
Oh,
No.
They didn't
Darryl.
use any spells though, so they do have all their spells up.
Yeah.
OD's getting a.
I think
Okay,
they were
okay,
used
wait.
to. Were they? No, they weren't.
They
They
were.
were. They rated.
That was a bit of unlucky smoke, I have to say. Like out of all the heroes you find on the Radiant, you find the Wraith King. And Wraith King was kind of like not next to a hero as well, so you don't even want to do a combo on them. Okay, guys. Well, let's let's ignore the 98% win probability and let's ignore the 21k advantage. How do you guys think Dire can come back into this game?
They have to win the next round fight.
And then the next one after that.
I think if they win one round fight, they might be in a good position to do some damage.
I mean, there's always potential with the spells, right? Just chrono everyone.
One good chrono, one good RP.
I mean, if OD didn't have the Aegis at top, that fight would have gone great.
Why was he there?
But it's different. Okay, well we'll talk about that later. It's going in. Astral, he has BKB. He knows that. Going down there. So
He gets the OD.
The Lich King.
Oh, Lich King.
Oh well, this
Can they do this?
My guys, it's a really good call. It's a really good call. Chop. Wow. Second chop. Is the second chop coming? And then Great King's gonna come in and right click him. Stun.
That's our thing.
Okay, well he's slowed
Run,
down.
Tamo, run! He's got RP. No,
He has no blink. This is good. It's going on. He has no blink, but I don't know. I don't know the events that just happened there.
I don't know why he went for the range creep.
Okay.
And then Kenny missed his skewer because of the tornado. What an interesting game. But I think that fight showed that if you kill the OD, right, like you miss a lot of your saving fights, and OD is really reasonably easy to kill. So I still want to give props to Lakshamn. I know he died, but he had to use his BKB early, or else he would have died. But he went on the OD, and then they cataclysmed him and just died. And no Glimmer would help because cataclysm, as we know, is pure damage.
Like you said, MZ, that fight was another nice edge. If another dimension Void dies there when he gets caught out of position.
Oh yeah, that game's over now.
Yeah.
It's completely over.
I think
that was
that
close.
fight just kept them in the game.
Yeah.
Actually getting that much of an advantage.
I don't even think they had buyback. I don't think Lakshamn had buyback there. I think he got buyback after the fight. Yeah, so
Anyway, to Ray's point, the next objective, Roshan, may spawn in less than 30 seconds, so they're gonna have all their spells up again. Chrono and RP hasn't been used.
Darryl, no item is backpack. He's getting a acidic tap.
And interestingly, no one actually has vision at Roshpit.
Red King still has the chip list.
I am surprised that Darryl doesn't get the Aeon Disc this game.
Yeah.
I'll think the exact same thing.
Yeah, I feel like he really needs it. I mean, like
Phoenix
that
is
basically secures the game for him, right?
Yeah.
Because otherwise, he's just going to be aimed by the team.
Yeah.
Missing the sanities clips, like so much damage on like a team that goes all in on these wombo combos.
Oh, Darryl upgraded his chip vest to a penta-edge sword.
Oh.
Tier 1 to Tier 4.
Instantly.
He was looking with the value
Alright,
upgrade.
Roshan is spawning in 5 seconds.
Will this be the game changer?
People are drawing
Penta-edge
circles
sword.
around it.
I think Guy knows that this has to be the next objective, and they're just farming around it.
And
Radiant as well.
Oh wait, they haven't got.
No one actually has walked into the pit yet since it spawned though, so I don't think anyone knows.
It was a quick Roshan spawn, right?
It was. It's probably it was a short one.
A minute or something?
Looks like Wraith Kings walked in.
Yeah.
Did they have vision of that?
I'd like to see Mirana or Axe pick up the ninja gear. The Axe is...
I think they would have saw them going into the...
Oh, I don't think that ward sees them. That ward didn't see them. Yeah, if you click F3, that ward doesn't quite show the left part of the pit.
They misplaced the ward. Normally they put it behind the trees, so it gets a slightly extended vision into the entry.
Yeah, it's Wraith King.
Wraith King Axe? I think that would help a lot. You keep your OD alive, even if OD dies, and then just enough time to win the fight as well, I think.
Yeah, he took it.
Yeah. I think it's probably the best hero.
It's a good item against this team. Like wombo combos.
Yeah, it's an item that it's good, but you never want to spend 4,200.
Yeah.
So as an Ags, you know, like
free Ags.
Yeah, as a free Ags, it's a really good item, but you don't want to spend 4,000, 6,000 on it.
Yeah, he has to be alive for them to get the reincarnation.
Yeah, but like he's not going to die in this fight. Like, I think they need to blow ults to kill.
Look at the way Darryl's moving. He's trying to bait. He's trying to bait.
They're going back. They want to isolate him. He just uses BKB and walks out.
Dyer's middle barracks are disappeared.
Okay. Now they know the next objective spot. So another very important item that OD got is the Octarine Core, which is actually more importantly the range that you get from it. So now he can just stand back quite far away and just try to save his allies, and then come into the fights later on with his blink, rather than having to be near it or initiating.
Absolutely perfect.
You know, sometimes I do wonder though, right? Like, if you only have one lane to defend, isn't that sometimes make your life a bit easier? Don't you just know that this is where you're at? It's like, you can't pass here, and then just defend that lane with absolute might, and then, or die trying.
It's a last stand. It's Alamo.
Yeah. Telescope, I think it's the last item, yeah, on Dire. Telescope's super strong to help the range, especially when they have a lot of spamming heroes and spamming spells.
Say, Ryan's been playing good this game.
Oh yeah, he's
Very solid.
yeah. Some of the calls has just been spot on. It looks like Axe is definitely, you know, I mean, it raises the question, right? Like, his Axe looked really, really good, and I would say like a lot better than all his showings of his heroes. Could it be like a first phase ban against him? You know?
I think Axe, like if you think about the hero pool that Antifreeze plays, Axe is actually really good picking some heroes. In general, they do favor those melee cores, especially in the off lanes and their
Yeah.
so Axe just is a really good hero in general against these two, and then usually in those positions where you can get those good cores off. So I think it's a bit of a draft.
Oh,
I
hey,
think it's
so
a
it's
good play.
That's cool. Okay. Oh, Arrow!
Darryl, BKB is cool. Committing it.
Oh, huge!
Wraith King.
Oh
So
my
this
God.
is one of the advantages of Wraith King not having a blink. He's just going to sneak there.
Good here, Chrono, good here, Chrono. Oh,
Wraith King still has a BKB.
Goes to the fountain, walks out.
Oh, Lakshamn.
King.
Disaster.
Wraith King's walking out, just chopping people. Lakshamn
I
dies.
think the Wraith King probably didn't expect that.
Void's fight back. Meteor on the Wraith King. The Wraith King might be dead.
Oh,
That's a really good. Oh, he has an ult. He's gonna die. Nice to use his
Disengage.
refresher. Now, that's a really good RP. That's a good
Oh, really great egg. Oh, the child goes out.
Oh, might actually win this fight, but with 2 buybacks.
Oh, they're all dead. They're all dead.
Oh, this is an Aegis race as well. But he does have a Stormcrafter and Blink. Stormcrafter?
Nice.
Oh, no TP.
Oh, that's a really
Yeah.
unusual choice. You.
He's gonna blink out of this. So they're gonna win.
No, he doesn't have.
Oh,
Disaster.
That was a disaster.
So
Damo got repositioned so early.
Yeah, and I think
This
that
is
really.
the danger of the Kenny Fock Magnus.
Yeah.
Just getting skewered in.
I think the fight started okay, right? Started okay. We
Like you want that as a fight, but like I think that goes back again to what we were talking about without a blink.
Yeah,
Once you
no blink.
reincarnate, you blink
I'll
out
back.
immediately.
Exactly. Something back.
Yeah, I think not having a blink on Wraith King in this fight or game. I mean,
also-
he played well. He played well. So
He also had the cheese.
Yeah.
Backpack.
He needed to stop the cheese in when he was running off. He had like 10 seconds to do it. Unlucky.
You should probably sell the Deso or the armlet. He's got
I think the
armlet, Deso,
armlet
and
goes-
AC. Once you have AC, you can probably sell all the others.
you know what next level play he could get? He could get a refresher. Get a refresher when his ult pops. Use refresher, and I think you actually come back to life again. And then and then they'll be like, what's going on? And then in that chaos, he comes in and kills him.
Oh, that's sick.
Oh, they didn't even get the tier 2. What in the world happened?
That actually really good.
They didn't lose anything off that.
It was a staggered kind of death. They kill people like OD really late, so while they kill the
Oh,
others,
Lakshamn getting caught here. Oh, so lucky he was.
Wait,
Oh, he didn't see. Did you not see?
Oh, no, he was just going to go for items.
Oh wait,
Oh,
you run back. Oh wait, is this some next level?
oh,
Oh no!
Oh no, the BM tip as well. Oh, the Sunray doing something.
Yeah, fine, that.
no way, he came off of Venom, give an ultimate. Unfortunate.
He could have switched to
Oh, why does he still have an orb?
Oh no!
Why does he still have an orb of venom?
That was a four-man chrono if he switched to Intrits.
Although at the same time, I wonder if they did have enough damage though.
Oh, he would have at least saved his friends. And
Yeah, he would have saved.
Yeah, they probably could have got.
And he would have killed their supports. He would have killed this dude.
So who doesn't have buyback? And so on the Dire side,
It was
classic
He's
skill. What's up?
going in, going onto the OD.
Great grab.
BKB.
And this one.
They're going in, chopping on the Twin Head Dragon. Double
Into the right.
Astral. Oh, he's going to get another Astral grab. Look at that. Oh, hammer. Oh, okay. Well, it's all good.
It's over.
Oh, killing spree. Oh, everyone going down. Middle towers under
Darryl.
Wow.
You know, for what we talk about, you know, Darryl, look, like, if you look at the other scores of the players in the game, they did really well. Stu was like 4-1-7 at like some stage of the game where everyone else was low scores. Great King is
what a call
they're going
again.
Oh, the lizard.
Invoker just got blown up.
Disrespect my literal you. This Radiant team played really well this game. Like all of their players, Lich played well. Some of the bounce might be just luck, but you know, luck is a skill, you know.
I think the Wraith King curse is over.
And that Red King played like he did his job very well. So, and his score shows 37k advantage.
Oh.
Okay, friends, let's. What do you guys think? Let's hear some of the thoughts you had on this game.
Oh, spicy.
Spicy from Milo.
I think a lot of this game was Antifreeze just they got their combo picks, but their combo picks don't allow them to do anything in the early to mid game because they just need too much gold to come online.
Do you think their picks don't synergize?
I think the picks, like in a team fight, yes, they synergize, but in the overall game, if you think of the game strategically, they just don't have the tools to get anything done in the first 15 minutes of the game. It just showed.
Is it a matter of too low tempo, high cooldown as well? They can't
Yeah, a little bit of
be
that.
around the map.
A little bit about that.
And also, it's the Aegis control as well, because the OD survived two big fights with the Aegis. But before I go too much into OD again, anyone, Tim, your our immortal caster, any thoughts?
I think the items, they itemized pretty well. You know, a bunch of them had Aeon Disc and BKB. I think the BKB timings on the Dire were a bit slow, so they had this time in the mid game where they just like got all the towers and they couldn't really do anything because they didn't have BKBs. So I think if the next game they end up picking the OD again, you got to really think about like item timings and stuff like that.
Mm. Jay Justin, the co-captains of the can't remember the team name.
When we versed OD, Tucker's OD, that was our issue as well. Our BKB was too slow by about 5 minutes, and we get snowballed against. The BKB timing was is very important against OD. What we learned.
Steezy, ugly fugly.
Yeah, I think Void needed a lot more damage as well. I think maybe he can skip the Mjolnir, just stick with the what is it, the charged hammer or whatever it is. Because like that he and they also get baited into like there was a couple times where he had Void ult and then Lich is just sitting at the back and he gets so many bounces because they all clump up and they get a hard on after the first Void ult.
I think teams do actually plan this draft out very well. Like they actually baited the mag and the Void pick, and they knew in their first pick instantly OD and Wraith King. Like they knew it was coming.
So they did do their homework, you reckon?
Yeah, I think they did.
Yeah, they
They did their
definitely did.
Yeah, they were baiting it out. They intentionally baiting it out.
Yeah, I must say, as a I haven't seen too many of the games, but the Radiant team all played really well there. Like some very like the axe. Some of the axe calls were really on point, very quick as well, and onto the right heroes. The Lich, very stable as always. Arrows, some of the like 1 or 2 arrows were like essentially on top of the hero when Astral came out. But I think overall, I just want to bring back to my original point. I think the OD matchup mid, I think turned the favor. So if OD lost that mid matchup, I think they wouldn't have had the timing that they would have. And then, as we all talked about, everyone expressed their opinion of this, but like the Dire team would have been able to kind of keep on track or maybe stay ahead. And that would have kept the game longer enough for the Dire team. And if they win the Roshan fight, then they probably could have actually turned the game around quite a few times. But unfortunately, it's just it's the lack of the early game control that they had. And I think ultimately it might have been just a bit too greedy for the team. Anyway, I hope everyone enjoyed that game. We are going to game 2 very soon.